Hi, Michael.
Hey, Jen.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you?
I'm at home in my beautiful apartment with my namaste pillow.
Hi, namaste. Oh, where'd you get that pillow?
So my good friend that I used to live with in New York made this for me when I just started getting into Bikram yoga. He made this pillow for me, and he also makes our face masks, our Bikram yoga like face masks.
He's the tailor who made our face masks at the
He's the
studio.
same
Oh
guy.
my God. Oh, they're so
Yep,
great. I love them. They're really
I
good.
know. I know.
Oh, I
They're
love
great.
that pillow.
People talk about how breathable they are, the way that they
Right,
the way it doesn't smush your face in, the way
right.
that it kind of puffs out a little bit, like my
The
nose.
way it fits your face, like like my nose.
It's not suffocating you. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Where are you? You're in your bathroom? Why are you in your bathroom?
I'm in my bathroom because it's the only place I can get a little peace and quiet in my
Ah,
house.
you got a glass of
Which
wine in there?
no, I've got coffee right now. It's coffee
All
hour.
right, I got
Got,
mine too.
got my yoga bug coffee mug. Yay!
Yes. Oh, your yoga bug. That's the Volkswagen logo.
The Volkswagen, yeah. So it's my Volkswagen coffee mug, but I got it.
Ah,
I got it when I got my yoga bug.
fancy. How's the yoga
Yeah,
bug doing?
wonderful. She just hit 10,000 miles.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I know I've been driving around.
That's amazing.
I know it's pretty cool. I hit 10,000 miles when I was on my way back from taking class in Reston yesterday.
You went to Reston? How's Rima doing?
I love her. I
Yeah,
love her. Her
Rima's a
studio
cool
is so
gal.
beautiful. I love her.
She
I
used
love
to
her.
come up to New York when I would manage some of the studios up there at Bikram Yoga NYC. She would come up and practice up there, and
That's fun.
that was 12 or 15 years ago, I think,
God, it's a small world.
It is a small world.
The Bikram world
The
is
Bikram
small.
Yoga, it's definitely a small, tight knit community.
It's a
that.
small, tight knit community,
Yeah,
and no matter what, it's the toughest community I've ever been a part of.
yeah,
Tough.
yeah. Resilient.
Yeah, resilient. I
Yeah.
was out there. Rima's got 7 people. Oops, this way. 7 people. I'm looking at myself. She got 7 people in the room, 7 spaces in the room to
Yeah.
maintain the health and safety standards.
When it could normally
So
hold how many? How much? Maybe pre-COVID, how many spaces could the room
probably
hold?
50.
Wow,
I know.
wow. That's
It's
us too.
crazy.
That's
Yeah, I
us
know
too
that's
at the
us too.
Alliance. A big thing that we've been talking about recently is how do we get more people into the studio safely, offer more services. Right now, the biggest complaint is that people can't book a class.
Right. Right.
And I wanted to bring up with you today some possible options for helping people book. Right now, we have a hefty cancellation policy,
I
which
do.
is kind of necessary.
I
Uh,
agree.
what was happening? So tell people here live what was happening and why we changed our cancellation policy from 2 hours before class to now 12 hours before a class.
So no matter what, every space in the room counts now. We have 10 spaces in Falls Church, 12 in Alexandria, all
Counts
to
bigger,
maintain.
right? Counts bigger.
The count is what
No,
count
no,
is bigger?
the value of each space.
That's what it means. Like when we could pack people into the room, then your space didn't cost as much. So now that we can't pack people into the room, we just have to enforce everyone's understanding of how valuable each space in the room costs.
Yeah.
So for example, I would see myself teaching 10 people in Falls Church for the 5:30 a.m. when I would go to bed. I wake up at 4 a.m. to be on time for class in Falls Church to find there's only 4 people in class.
So wait,
And
you go to bed early as a teacher. You're going to
yeah,
bed super early.
right.
Already kind of like stressed that like, okay, I have to wake up really early to make sure that I'm there for these students, right? These 10 people who signed up, right?
Exactly.
And then when you wake up as the instructor, you're like, where did half the roster disappeared overnight? Because people at home are going, that's a little early. I don't know what I was thinking. Why did I book that class? It's easy for me to just cancel it now.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
It was just easy for them to cancel.
I know what that
I
feels
do.
like. It's great. It's great to be able, as the student, it's great to be able to have that option to say, you know what, I'm not going to go to this class today because I'd rather go do this thing instead. Or there's an emergency or an urgent thing with the family that I have to go take care of, and last minute you cancel. We know that it's not always when you cancel that you're just going to go out day drinking at a winery. We know that there's family things going on, right? But
we do, but
yeah, where's
here
that line?
I am. I go to bed on time, and I'm excited about seeing 10 people in the morning because that means a full class right now during COVID-19 restrictions. And I wake up 4 a.m. a little groggy, you know, I got to get over to this, but I'm going to be on time. And I look and I see there's 4 people. My energy is gone. My energy is zapped.
Yeah.
So, so we kind of feed on each other's energy. We need each other. You know, we can't give up on each other. And I will say, when I booked the class out in Reston, it's a 35, 40-minute drive for me to get out to Reston, and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, I'm ready to sit down and call it a day. But, because it would have been a $30 cancellation fee, I was like, I'm going to that class. I'm not going to, first of all, I'm not going to lose money on it. And second of all, I'm not going to, welch on my commitment to my practice and to somebody who's expecting me to be there to give them energy. And when I got there, Rima was so happy to see me. Yeah. And I was so happy to see her. And it just gave me so much courage and, no, not courage. It gave me the strength I need to be courageous, to continue to work during these times. Yeah. And to let people know, like, I need you on that spot. If you said you were coming, I need you there. Yeah. 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 That's big. And if you can't come, give someone else the chance to come. That's right. And that's that whole concept of wanting to plan your day. I think let's say half and half. You know, I don't know what the actual statistic is. Maybe we can get a college in the area to kind of study this. Let's do it. I'm sure there's studies out there, but how many people are, like, you know, planners? You know, who the day before, weeks before, months before, you know, I guess in our situation, we're talking about 2 days before, because that's when our scheduling window opens, 2 days before the class. That's right. So how many people are planners and they're going to stick to their commitment? How many of those people get locked out of signing up for a class because they're not quick enough to reserve the class, you know? Yeah. And but on the other flip hand, you know, on the other side, how many people, you know, can book at the last minute and like doing that? Mm-hmm. So finding that balance, I think, is where we're at right now at the Alliance of figuring out how do we try to get both kind of mentalities? How do we help service them and give them what they need? So how do we be inclusive? How do we be inclusive? So the 12-hour booking window, where you have up to 12 hours to cancel your class, was the decision that you made after thinking about these concepts to help the planners, the people who know what they're going to do the next day, right? So that's a good tip for all of you out there in the social media world who want a class. You can check. I would check the classes 12 hours before they start. And that might be in the middle of the night for some of you, but people will be pulling themselves out at that 12-hour mark. I would check then. I would also check a couple hours before the class, because some people will cancel and incur the cancellation fee, and they don't mind doing that. I would check then, because spaces do open up at the last minute. I would check. I would check 24 hours. I would check 48 hours before, because that's when it opens up. And then I would check at 12 hours before. Mm-hmm. And then if you really are just a last minute junkie, like you don't mind waiting to the last minute, people do drop out of classes. They do. They drop out of classes. So, great. What other things can we do to help people navigate this tough booking period, this really tight booking window of 2 days before up to 12 hours before?
what other things can we do to help fix that?
I know that
Navigate
we've been like kind of back and forth on the management of that, because what can we do means that we need to be ready to do it, basically, you and me. And to some extent, a little support, but mostly
Well,
it's
we're
just
sitting
me.
here at the computer. I mean, we're literally with you and I. We're sitting here at the computer watching all the emails come through.
Yeah.
We've got our salesperson working on the
do.
emails as well. We've got a lot of technical things going on where we could get 50 emails a day. It's not huge, but at the same time, we're still teaching the classes. Right. We're showing up for the students. We're still having the staff meetings. We're still doing the production stuff. So managing all of those things, it's a lot of work. But what can we do to maybe increase our workload a little bit, but also help the students out on their end with booking?
Well, you've been talking with MindBody, and it sounds to me like one of the options that we've considered in the past, waitlist, is it might facilitate the work that we're doing. Yes, we'll probably have to add a little bit to our workload, but I don't know. What do you think about the waitlist? We go back and forth about it, but what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think the waitlist has some technical features that aren't completely ironed out because of the software. I would say that if we implement the waitlist, it does increase the workload a little bit on our end, a little bit more micromanagey work, where we would be calling students at the last minute, maybe, to be like, hey, a spot opened up. Students would know if they made it on the waitlist sometimes earlier than the last minute, but there's a little bit of technical stuff that happens with the waitlist that we'd have to kind of make sure it's still a nebulous area. So it's work I'm willing to do.
But I'm thinking maybe it would be like, it's a good idea, because we were talking about there's two different kinds of people, right? There's the people who like to plan, and there's the people who are like, it's an opportunity, go. Because you don't want to really exclude options for people who really do like to take, who like to do things at the last minute. If a wait list could sort of support that, I think let's do it.
I think the time that it would take for you and I to organize that with the instructors, the time that it would take to really figure out a system that works, I think is time well spent.
I think you're right. I think it's time to do it.
Yeah. Let's get the wait list up and running.
Did we just make a decision?
We just made a big decision.
Back and forth and back and forth.
Let's get the wait list going. Let's do it.
Air high five.
Air high five. I will. I'll start working on that this week. I'll get the emails out. The other thing that we need to launch this week is our Reiki program. Ashley,
I'm so excited.
Ready to go. Yes, Ashley's
I'm
ready
so
to
excited. I'm so
Saturday
excited.
is the first day that we're going to have potential clients in the room, in the Reiki room, which is also our massage room. Under the new COVID restrictions, under the new protocols, wearing face masks during the session because you're in close quarters with somebody, disinfecting the room afterwards, washing the sheets after each appointment. But I'll get the Reiki emails out as well, in addition to the waitlist emails.
You guys, I'm telling you, out there in the world, if you just get to spend 5 minutes with Ashley, it's a blessing.
Wonderful.
She is amazing. I can't say enough about her. But I've never experienced Reiki, so I know I can speak so much about the person that we've decided to lead the Reiki program. But I'm excited to go and have a Reiki session and then come back and talk with you guys about what I experienced. So look for future Talk About It Tuesdays, where I come out and say, but I have no doubt that it's going to be wonderful. I need to have the experience so that I can share with you what this life-changing experience was. So
yeah, Ashley's wonderful. She's got years in social work. She's got the right credentials to really listen. Reiki requires a lot of listening and still moments, quiet moments.
Yeah, she does.
So if you're looking for that kind of environment, almost like a massage, it's almost, a lot of people have equated it to the feeling that they have after a massage.
Yeah,
and she doesn't even touch you.
No, she doesn't even
you.
touch you. So it's safe.
Yeah.
And she has a rockin' yoga practice. So
Yeah.
that's where, I mean, that is how I come in contact with a lot of people. And when I decide to move forward from there, it usually starts with I met them in the yoga room, or I was their yoga teacher.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of people in the past professionally, and almost every single person that I continue to maintain a relationship with professionally and work with has a yoga practice that I love,
keep the community close.
Yeah. Well,
Hey Jen,
you know.
I'm whitening my teeth. Can you tell? I mean, I'm using the...
Closer. Yeah, I love it. Run your tongue over them.
They look pretty good, right? I'm
so beautiful. So
Thank
beautiful.
you. I'm excited. I'm excited. They hurt like hell when I'm doing the whitening process. It's the strips that you put on your teeth at home. You do it for like 20 days. It hurts.
Oh my God, 20 days?
20 days.
That's a long time.
A really long time. Every second you feel it, you're like, oh God, help me.
Why am I doing this?
because
beauty, because I want to be beautiful.
If I gotta be on social media like this, I feel like I have to do something to look nice.
You always trick me to get onto social media when I look like crap.
What, you don't look like crap?
Oh no, I'm like, I have to do my hair.
Oh God, I would love it.
You look great.
I would love if you just came on, like just got up out of bed. Like I would love that. The students would love that.
I think I might have to do that the next Talk About It Tuesday. Like,
okay.
Good morning.
No, Jen, do like an Instagram takeover, where you start do a story. And you do it for those early morning classes. You trace your progress for the early morning classes, what it's like to get up as a teacher.
I love this idea. This is an awesome idea. We're doing it. I teach Monday at 5:30. I'm on it.
All right. Awesome.
Gosh, we solved a lot of problems today, Michael.
Now if we could only solve the world's problems. You know, if more people did yoga, Jen, if more people did yoga, a lot of the world's problems would be solved.
Well, the only way we can get more people to do yoga is if we increase our schedule. And the only way to increase our schedule is to get more teachers.
That's it.
We're using the teachers that we have right now the most efficiently we can. It's a hard job.
Yeah, it's
teaching
very
yoga,
hard.
It's a hard job.
I think
burn
people
out
think it's
if you
like
do it too
easy.
much.
Yeah. People. I think there's a conception out there is, oh, you're a yoga teacher. You've got this cushy or this easy life.
Oh gosh, how many times have you heard somebody say, "Well, for my real job, I do this, and for yoga, and yoga is my like pretend job, or that must be your side job." I think we're moving into a generation where people have a couple of side gigs as their profession instead of having one profession.
Yeah. Well, yoga's always been. I feel like yoga, the happiest yoga teacher is at least that's trying to make ends meet in America. Is one who does have multiple jobs. It's someone who works, you know, a little here, a little there. There's a bit of a hustle around.
There's a lot of hustle to it.
The only way to take the hustle out of it is if students pay as much as they pay for their cable bills.
Right.
If they pay that much every month for yoga, the yoga teachers, you know, might get on a better foot. You know, if somebody pays around between $150 and $200 a month for their yoga practice.
If somebody had, I mean, I'll take it even one step further. If somebody who practices yoga, who has a strong yoga practice, who loves it, right, and they understand the value in their life, if they took a little time to think about how much their time is worth for whatever they do professionally, right? And then they think again that a yoga teacher who's on the podium, it's not 90 minutes that they're being paid for.
Yeah.
They're being paid for the time it takes to take care of themselves, the time it takes to then get to the studio on time, teach a rockin' class, sign out the class, and then go somewhere and recover from that. So if they thought about the fact that the teacher on the podium who's teaching this class that they love and they know they need, it should really be compensated for about 5 hours of time for that 90 minutes. If they thought about that, because that's what they need.
Is that the right figure? I mean, do people out there in social media world, do they have different ideas?
I think so. I think a real happy yoga teacher, a happy hot yoga teacher, a Bikram yoga teacher, teaches one class a day, practices one class a day. And that's what they do with their life. Then they spend the rest of their day preparing to teach well, to like take care of themselves, because they don't want people on the podium who are unhealthy.
Yeah.
You want somebody on the podium who has a very solid practice themselves. Who, I know.
It's so hard.
But think about it, Michael. Like if you taught, I think you need to teach as much as you practice. I think if you teach once a week, you should practice that much. You do a lot of other things for the studio. So
are you talking about me? You're putting me on the spot?
I am putting you on the spot. You.
My God, Jennifer.
It's anybody though. I think because sometimes you get like, the business requires the two of us to totally maximize every ounce of energy we have.
Yeah.
And so we're teaching a lot of classes. We're running all the behind the scenes stuff together. Sometimes you, sometimes me. But if you could go and enjoy your practice, that would be great. But
well, Jennifer, I think next week I'm teaching 8 times a week. So you want me to take 8 classes next week?
I know that you can't. I'm talking about a healthy. Yeah, I'm taking 8 classes in your face. How many times am I teaching next week? Because if you're teaching 8, I'm probably teaching 7.
It's hard, Jennifer. It's hard.
Oh my God.
I
didn't say we are at the ideal. I said ideally.
Yeah.
A yoga teacher has the bandwidth to teach one class a day, practice one class a day, and still pay their bills, and not have to hustle so much, and not have to
happen. And
babysit and walk dogs and talk on the phone and
So as soon as the consumer, as soon as they're able to afford to pay the $150 to $200 price range, then yoga teachers are going to hustle, and they're going to be exhausted.
We've heard a bit feedback recently that the room is great, the teachers are great, but it's expensive, and then commensurate with that is like a 1-star rating, and I'm like, no, that's a 5-star rating. It should be expensive. You're taking care of yourself. You're spending your money on something worth it. Yeah. So you just had a filet mignon and you're bitching about it because it was as expensive as a filet mignon. I mean, if you ate a McDonald's hamburger and you were like, that was not a filet mignon, that's a fair thing to say. Right. But you just had top quality yoga class and you're complaining that it was top quality price. Yeah. So, the consumer has to start understanding that you get what you pay for. Wow. That's some tough words, lady. That's some real tough words for some people to hear. Well, it weren't tough to say. Oh, it's all fun and games until, we ourselves, we kind of hit we hit a hard wall. Maybe some people out there without jobs right now. That's tough. But we have the opportunity for them to come in and help us. Yeah. So we have, and every time we add classes to the schedule, we offer an opportunity for a karma yogi, somebody who cleans in exchange for class, to join our team and take care of their body we're just asking for their time. Yeah. Yeah. So instead of paying $150 to $200 a month for your yoga practice, you could volunteer your time with the studio and do some light cleaning, safe light cleaning, and get to practice in exchange for
what is it, about an hour of work each class?
It's about an hour of work per class.
Plus the class, which is an hour and a half.
Right.
So that's 2.5 hours of your time. Twice per week is what we require right now, that you can do 2 classes a week?
Twice per week is what we require.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I am the kind of person who says, if you're practicing twice a week, you're doing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think once a week is great because you're getting in, but I really feel like if you want to commit to yoga, come twice a week.
Yeah. Good.
So, yeah.
Good. Well, I have to get started on the wait list, Jen.
Oh, I'm so happy. Call me if you need anything.
I will. You will be getting your text messages blown up for the next couple hours while I embark on research for.
This is what happens when we have ideas.
For the wait list.
That's right.
All right. Well, cheers.
Thank you.
Coffee. Cheers.
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 To you.
I will see you a little. No, I won't see you today.
Mm-mm.
I'll see you tomorrow for sure.
You won't see me today. I'm teaching at 6:30, which is a new class on the schedule. Yay.
Yep. Yay.
See you then, guys.
Okay.